So Daniel Sams, you guys took a bunch of wickets early, and then Daniel Sams started really blasting it, and you took his wicket. You took 2 big wickets in the game, 2 very important batters. Did you guys feel it was kind of over at that point?
Never. Game's never over. Obviously we knew how important Sam for Bravo was to try and open one end up. Bravo has been a phenomenal touch of the bat this tournament so far. And, we're just trying to be ruthless. We've got into their middle order and we just wanted to sort of keep going. And, it's one of these sort of wickets. It's a bit tricky and sometimes play the horizontal bat shots. And for my luck, I guess now, Sam's top edging one off me. It was always nice to get a fellow countryman's dismissal.
And also, this particular venue, we were just in Dallas last week. Then you come here to North Carolina and you see this venue. Did you expect to see this kind of a venue when you came here?
It's very picturesque. They did say that it was a lot smaller than Granbury, but the facilities are excellent. The outfield's beautiful. The scenery is great. Wickets played pretty good. And, hopefully we can see this turn into a bit more of a fixture of a bigger stadium, hopefully in the next few years to come.
This is Satish from American College Cricket. As you know that the Super Kings openers are they are super good in almost all of the leagues. Was there anything going on with respect to Faf's dismissal in your mind for that special ball up?
Not really. Obviously, I played with Faf back in the day at Chennai, and then just gone now at Perth Scorchers this season. We've just had the big back. So I know him well, and every time I played against him in the IPL, he's dealt with me pretty well. So I just thought, what's the chance I'll try and bowl in swing and slow ball. It came out a bit fuller than I was expecting, and I was just trying to find a gap there somewhere, and it snuck through, and very happy to see the back of it.
Affiliation is called cricket. So Andrew, you had the opportunity to play around the world in multiple different T20 leagues this year. But one thing I saw earlier today is that your family's here with you in US. How does it feel to share that experience of traveling the world with your family? And do you think that helps your performance, just having them behind you at all times?
It's amazing. I love having my family close to me. Cricket takes me away from them a lot. So any opportunity that we get to have them across, it's phenomenal. They're just my world, and they give me so much support and the smile on my little baby's face every time I wave at her, and she giggles and flaps, and she's just been excellent around the group of guys. And, it's always so special to have them around.
Thank you.
Nate Hayes, Emerging Cricket. You have a few of the guys on your team won the minor league cricket championship here in Mooresville at this particular ground. Did you guys pick their brain at all about the ground?
A little bit. The guys they shared their knowledge in the team meetings and batters and bowling meetings, but obviously there's different groundsmen here for this tournament. He's put in a lot of work. They've renovated the outfield, so they weren't quite sure what they were going to get, but they definitely shared their insight and they've shared their knowledge on the local players as well.
In modern day T20 cricket, as a bowler, you need a lot of variations, a lot of ideating. How long is the process from in practice of developing a newer ball, like a slower ball, or a different variation, to knowing you're confident enough to bowling that new game?
It varies on the ball and the difficulty of it. There's still a couple that I haven't mastered. I'm still not confident pulling them out, even though I do from time to time. I'll see how they go, but it's just one of those things that depends how big a change it is. Some of the more intrinsic slow balls can be a bit more difficult to execute, but in theory, if you get it and you get on with it, as soon as I start landing it, there's no better place to test it than that middle. So,
thank you.
Hi, Nate Hayes, Emerging Cricket.
Hey, Nate.
You've started the tournament pretty well, 2-1, and today was a little bit of a setback. You had some difficulty, it looked like, with the bat adapting to the new conditions. Do you feel like you recovered from that as the innings went on, and you have a better idea how to play here?
Yeah, it's a fair assessment. They were just slow to adapt. It was a little bit what we would call sticky, so the ball wasn't true in its nature and coming onto the bat, and we were just a little bit slow to react, and they bowled very well. So when you lose that amount of wickets early, it's going to be hard to stay in the game. So disappointing, I think, batting performance from some key players, but all the way through, and we just couldn't catch up.
It's called cricket. So Albie Morkel was one of your former players, and now he's moved into a position in your coaching staff.
Yeah.
How seamless is that transition? And while some of the older players are playing, do you ever try to recruit them into coaching with you after they're done playing?
Yeah, we look at it. Bravo had a stint with us in the IPL. Of course, Albie, Michael Hussey is in there as well. Balaji, yeah, a lot of players we try to get back in the circle if they show an interest in coaching. So it's part of the culture we try and create, where it's a lot easier when you know a player really well to bring them back into the fold. So it's by design rather than chance.
This is Satish from American College Cricket.
Hi.
What's so special about this franchise? Every player who plays for the Super Kings are super comfortable and they feel like they're at home. And it's same with the fans. They outbeat all other fans. So could you describe what's so special about this franchise that, everybody just gives their heart out?
Well, I don't know really. I think there's a nice balance between the owners and the players. So there's a really good understanding of the responsibilities of a player, and we're allowed to get on and do our thing. Sometimes that line can be crossed a little bit. The type of player that we pick, we have a certain type of characteristic that we look for in players, and we have a very relaxed attitude towards how a player prepares, and often when they're playing a lot of games, it can be a sense of comfort to the player. So the other thing is everyone has value, treating players with respect, all that sort of thing, but it actually means something to us. So just treating players well, I guess, but there's no secret recipe. We just enjoy the people we pick and try to get the best out of them.
Milan Kumar is one of the premier batsmen in the USA,
Yeah.
batting at number 5.
Yeah.
What are some things you expect out of him from that position, and what are some things you think can help him get into the runs column for the rest of the duration of this tournament?
What do I expect? Some runs. It'll be good. He's had 4 chances now, so he's a good player. He's got a good technique. He had a great opportunity today. It didn't work out, but batting number 5 can be hard. So whenever you get an opportunity to bat a long period of time, you probably got to make the most of it. But he's got a good technique, and we're hoping he'll come good towards the end of the tournament.
After such an impressive week in Texas in terms of the fan showing, the venue, all of those wonderful things, you arrived here in North Carolina. Seeing this venue here for the first time, what are your impressions, and were you impressed as well?
Yeah, it's a good venue. It's obviously challenged at the moment for infrastructure, to come here somewhere that's quite beautiful to look at and play on. I think it's good. We've got to get to grips with the pitch conditions, and we didn't do that today, so we have a little bit of an uncomfortable feeling about it. And there's been some talk around the lights, but the things you got to overcome. And we learned a lot today. We just got to make sure we use those come 2 days, 3 days time. Thank you.